Welcome. Life's messy, funny, and full of stories worth telling. On Cat's Stories, we bring you a bunch of short ones every time, quick, relatable, and maybe just what you needed today. My name's Kathleen and let's jump in. And for our next post, am I the idiot for taking my brother's PCM20? I live in a shared UNI house with two friends, where I keep most of my stuff. WHC is based 2 HRS 30 mins from my parents' house where my brother M21 lives since he's not at uni but works. I go back every couple of weeks for the weekend to see them. My computer at my house, not the uni house. WHC'll call house A and my parents' house house B. So house B, I took the computer my brother has from his bedroom to my bedroom since he hasn't used it in a long time. I didn't ask, which I know was wrong, but I thought I'd return it a few days later since I'm only using it to play games. And even if he notices, I'm not moving it houses, just to my bedroom in the same house, so even if he needed it, I could just put it back within a couple of minutes. Anyway, I was using it to play games and went to his gym, in which I came home to find him asking why I moved the PC, and I said just to play games since my one in house B is really slow, in which he told me to do bad things to myself. I was taken back and kind of shocked, and we bickered, and I said I'd tell my parents what he was saying, in which he'd say he'd tell them. He didn't say that stuff. I'm really shocked by what he said. There was nothing dodgy on the PC BTW, in case that's your initial thought. I think he's on steroids for the gym, so it might be roid rage, but anyway, am I the idiot? Initially I think I am, but what he said is just unacceptable, and I don't know if I should tell my parents, as I haven't spoke to any of them in a few days. My parents know something happened between us, but in the moment he just said I stole his computer and am a liar. I'm really debating telling them, as I don't know if they'd take his side of the story, and I'm stressed about that, or if I should just be honest and whoever they believe is not on them. I'm also stressed when they do believe me, as I don't want him kicked out or something. Am I the idiot? And for our next post, am I the idiot for refusing to comfort my BSF? Me and my BSF have known each other for 10 years now, and our friendship has been stable, mostly. She had anxious attachment issues for a few years prior, until she went to therapy and got the help she needed, which has helped her. Currently, from what I know, she is stable now and no longer struggles with the anxiety she once had. And I have always supported her, reassured her countless times, and have never gotten mad at her for her feelings. But for me, my issues got worse. I have abandonment issues. This has gotten worse the past few months, as people close to me have left for other reasons in their life, whether leaving their town behind or wanting a fresh start. A lot of people I considered close left me so quickly it hurt. I needed her validation and support. Yet, whenever I tried to open up about anything, she wouldn't respond, and okay was lucky for me. I thought maybe she had stuff on her plate and stopped talking about my issues. But yet, whenever she needed help, I was always there to support her. It stung, but I kept quiet. Until last month, we had a misunderstanding when she thought I was lying to her, so she decided to stop talking to me for a while, until I cleared things up, and she finally chose to read the messages. I was in a panic, as she had triggered my abandonment issues and I was a mess. As always, she replied with okay and tried to change the conversation, but I wasn't ready to move on. I was crying and was explaining how her actions hurt me. But then she got cold. She said that I am too emotional and needy for her and how I was annoying her. I told her I needed a break, and tomorrow morning I sent her a text. I said if she was sick of me ranting to her completely, and would she prefer if I stopped altogether. Her reply, okay. I was confused. This wasn't a very normal question to say okay to, so I asked another question. It was all responded with okay. It then hit me. Every time I opened up to her, she never took the time to read it. She just said okay. A way to shut me up, a way to make me stop talking. That stung deep. I told her that if she wasn't going to listen to what I was asking, just say so. She replied with a guilty oh. Our conversations became surface level from that day on. I never talked about how I feel again. Until today, 2 months later, she was venting about how she feels horrible the past few days and wishes someone was there for her. I was angry. I told her if she wasn't there for me, I won't be there for her, and hung up. It was so hard to do, and left me sobbing, but I couldn't deal with it anymore. She sent me an angry message telling me that I was horrible to her, and I didn't reply. Though some mutual friends of ours took her side and have been calling me salty and petty, but my other friends think otherwise. So am I the idiot. They tell me that maybe she wasn't in the headspace, and now I'm rethinking. Maybe I was too needy and suffocating. And for our next post, am I the idiot for ghosting my teen pregnant friend after she ruined my graduation party? I 19F graduated in 2024 and had my graduation party in the middle of July. I had lots of family and friends coming and I was really excited to finally have my special day about me. I spent days decorating and making sure everything was perfect before my big day. At first, everything was going very smoothly until my one friend showed up, 19F, who I'll call Mary, fake name. Mary was my friend from a different school that I've known for about 2 years. I know she has a much harder life than I, but I was always there to be a shoulder to lean on. However, this was my day that I worked hard for and I didn't want to be a shoulder to cry on this one time. Since this will be too long if I try to tell everything, here is a condensed list of things she did at my grad party. 30 minutes after arriving, she told me she wasn't feeling well. I offered her one of the bedrooms inside to rest in and some medicine to help her feel better. Instead of taking this, she declined the medicine, and once I went back outside, she proceeded to lay on the ground inside the main room of the house that many guests were in. Once she started feeling better, she told me that she had a shame package delivered that day that she was too excited to open, so she had her mom drop the package off at my party and forced me to go away from the party and watch her package haul for over 20 minutes. I had an after party with just my friends outside my house after the main family party. When we all got there, she snapped a photo of my boyfriend and brothers and posted it on her Instagram story without anyone's consent, purposefully only getting the men in the video when there were many other women. Once her boyfriend saw the post, he started spamming her phone to start a fight with her and insulting my BF and brothers. She got on a call with him and screamed at him on the phone for a little bit in the middle of everyone hanging out. Then, she went inside and my parents came out 10 minutes later asking me to control my friend, and when I walked inside, I could hear her screaming from upstairs. I ran up there and found her laying in my bed under the covers. We were not close like that, screaming at her boyfriend still. She kept me up there for a whole hour because she decided it was the perfect time to tell me that her BF was cheating on her and have me comfort her. My friends kept texting me asking where I was, but I felt too guilty leaving her alone in that moment. I let her borrow my new bottle of makeup remover and she used all of it somehow. When she rejoined the party, she sat there crying and sulking. If someone asked if she was okay, she'd say something like no, but I don't matter or something cringe. My parents told me I had to kick her out, but she didn't have a ride because she was planning on spending the night and making me take her home in the morning, which I did not know was the plan, so I had to buy her an Uber to make her leave. I never reached out to Mary after that, thinking she got the vibe the friendship was over. However, I just received a text from Mary telling me she is pregnant with her ex's baby and that she is having the roughest time of her life, which I need to support her through. To be honest, I could not care less about Mary and her unborn baby, nor do I want anything to do with her craziness. Obviously during my graduation party she was going through it, but I just don't want to be in this friendship anymore after my graduation party was my final straw. Does that make me TA? Was posted on our Am I the Idiot H as well, and for our next post, Am I the Idiot for taking the free bread? So I work at a nail salon and like to get some bread from a bakery a few blocks away every so often for lunch. I am the only one working and a guy from the bakery just dropped off 2 loaves for me of some really good raisin bread. Am I a bad person for taking one of the loaves home? No one else at my job really knows the PPL at the bakery, so I feel like it's okay, right? And for our next post, Am I the Idiot H for trying to go out of state college and going to emancipate myself to my mom if she doesn't let me? Hi Reddit, I really need some advice. I am a 17-year-old female finishing high school in May. As picking a college has been hard for me, I choose one out of state that's not too expensive that I can cover with or without student loans. The problem is my mom. So I've been wanting to move away from my mom since I was 14. My mom, 40 female, has 4 kids and another on the way with her husband, not my biological dad, who they don't care for and I've been caring for since they were born. So let's get to the problem. My mom has been talking to me about college and I've never gave her an answer because I don't like when she knows my business, because she just spreads it around to everyone and making me the bad guy and the irresponsible, rebellious child. So I told her I'm going to do out-of-state college because I don't want to live there anymore. She got irritated and told me I'm never leaving her house until I'm 18. The other problem is I start college in the fall around August. I do not know if I should bring my biological dad into this because he wants me to do out-of-state college to get me out of here. Before you come for my dad has been raising my biological brothers since they moved out of my mom's house. Both older brothers moved out at 16 to my dad, and he lived in a 2-bed apartment, so of course there was not space for me, and by the time they move out of my dad's he moved out of his apartment. I do not know what I should do. I'm trying to change jobs so I can prove I can live on my own, and I already take care of myself financially, food, clothes, etc. The only things my mother provides for me is a house to live at and 4 soon-to-be 5 kids for me to raise while she pleases her husband. I live in NC, so if anyone knows any NC law that can help me or some advice, I would really appreciate it. Please and thank you, Reddit. Replying to comments. Hi, I just wanted to respond to some comments I've gotten in the past few hours, but I want to say thank you to those who sent good luck and advice. I really needed that. So my dad lives in California and I live in North Carolina with my mom and her husband and her 4 kids, soon to be 5. My mom had implied that she's not gonna pay for out of state, then implies that she's gonna pay for it, and I just don't trust her word on it. I'm unsure if I want to do legal action because that's what my dad will try and do, because my dad wasn't there much in my life and got more involved when my oldest brother turned 17. CPS has been to my home due to my mom's husband, not biological dad. That's a long story. I don't mind explaining if you would like to know, but he's just a bad person overall. My dad does still have legal custody over me, so I'm pretty sure that's a way of helping. Again, I don't know a lot towards legal stuff in custody. My mom is more upset towards the situation because I want to do college in Florida with my boyfriend, jail and 18 male, and before you judge, he has graduated early in the beginning of January and has a full-time job in repairing mechanical parts, making $23 an hour. My mom's husband does not like my boyfriend because my boyfriend is better than him. My boyfriend provides for me, supports me financially when needed. I don't ask for money, BTW, and he pays his own needs while my mom's husband is a bum. I mean, has had no job for 4 years and been having kids with my mom since they've met. Pretty much my mom provides and gets him whatever he wants and puts him over her kids and her family. I can explain for of that as well if you guys want. I had signed up for FAFSA, but I most likely won't qualify since my mom makes too much money. I hope that answers some of y'all's questions, and thank you loves for the advice. I'm going to talk to my dad about it tomorrow and update later. That's all for now. If you enjoyed the stories, give this video a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe. It really helps the channel grow. Got a story to share? Drop it in the comments. I'm always up for reading them. Until next time, it's Kat. Goodbye.